Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Pause Window Cleaning, and this week number 39 of our 100K journey of 2024. Now this week was like super chill. We just had a couple of jobs, one returning client, another one was like kind of, I gave them a bid last year, they never called me, and then this year they called me again for another bid. Ended up getting it this time, but they didn't do it last year. So yeah, it was just nice to finally get them in my schedule. But also too, if you guys been enjoying this content, you know, don't forget to just give this video a like. It really helps the algorithm. And also too, if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. It would really helps the channel out a lot, because, you know, I enjoy giving you guys all this, you know, weekly updates and all that. So if you want to stay in tune with that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, no, this week was very chill, but I think the beginning of the week was very exciting. I ended up doing an unboxing of my Atom, my Pure Atom, and so if you haven't checked that video out, please feel free to do so. Yeah, this was like my first week of just using the Atom, man, I must admit though that I'm very happy with the purchase, because now like my bed is like so easy. So like I have like the way I put my bed, I always have to like open up my bed and everything like that. Now I just open up the back of my trunk, just slide in my machine, and that's it. Before with the X2 I have to open up the bed, and then I have to like, you know, put it on the bed, get on top of the bed, and then kind of angle it and put it down. But now it's just so easy that I don't even have to open up the cover of the bed. I just kind of just open the back of the trunk, just slide it in, and I'm kind of good to go. So it really makes my life a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not doing any commercial work this week, so I don't know how it is like when it goes to like doing those multi-level buildings, I should say. But I will say though, like my first impressions, I'll have a review about it pretty soon, but my first impressions is that essentially I feel like it's almost like the same as my X2. Again, I'm doing only residential, so my first job I actually had like a lot of pressure that I even had to go on the spigot and kind of like lower it a little bit because it was just a lot of flow. And then my second job I just cranked it all the way, and it was like the perfect amount of pressure, so they probably had like a pressure gauge to it, the second job. Yeah, it was just, I mean, I really like it a lot. Now, one thing I did notice, I mean, maybe I didn't read this in the manual or whatnot, but when I'm pulling the system, the Atom, I've noticed, because I do that with my X2, right, because it's very heavy, I pull it, it starts to wobble. So I ended up thinking like, okay, you know, like maybe if I go in the front and just start pushing it, that made the difference. So if you have an Atom or think about getting an Atom, and you just kind of like push it in front of you, actually it's probably safer that way too, you know, because you don't hit your foot on the system, but it just makes things so much easier and it doesn't wobble. So kind of learned that while I was using the system this week. I was be pulling and it's like wobbling. I'm like, man, that's really weird. But anyways, overall, my first impressions, I mean, I feel like it's almost the same as my X2. Of course, it's lighter and everything like that, but when it comes to the work itself, I haven't had any issues with it. I know that it produces more gallons per minute when you have the X2 versus the Atom, but again, I'm only doing residential, like 1 or 2 stories, so that's kind of why I bought it, so you know, I can use it for myself, but also to like tell you guys kind of about it. But I mean, I really like it a lot. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, it just is just awesome. I really like it a lot. Now, if I were to do it all over again, like from my system point of view, I would either probably get the Atom, I know it's more expensive, or just the regular Pure, and just kind of keep it there. And then if I wanted to kind of get a, you know, do more commercial, then I would get the X2. But because I was strictly doing pretty much residential my whole like career in window cleaning, I should have gone this first. But I prepared, and now now in my situation, if I'm going to do any commercial work, now I'm good to go with my X2. So but yeah, it's just really nice. I really like it a lot. But anyways, I'll do a review on that more later. But if you haven't checked out that video, feel free to do so, the little unboxing. But so far I really like it a lot, so that's just my viewpoint on it. But yeah, the first job was pretty cool this week. Yeah, it was a returning client. We did their windows last year and their gutters. Now, I remember when they messaged me about this job, they're like, oh, we want the windows and gutters. And I was kind of like, hey, you know, like my gutter system broke. I'll tell you more about it when I show up. So when we showed up this week, we were kind of just talking about it. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I was kind of like vacuuming the gutter, and it was like a lot of concrete on it. I don't know why, but there was just concrete in there. A lot of powder from concrete. And I'm assuming they haven't cleaned their gutters in like forever. But anyways, that's another story. I think I've already mentioned the story. But anyways, but I was just like, yeah, I was vacuuming it, and then like my machine started like shaking, and then poof, just like a smoke come out of it. So kind of the end of that. So she's like, oh man, you know, that sucks. But then I was like, yeah, I kind of stopped offering gutter cleaning. And you know, let me ask you guys, like, how is it like in your guys' area, like when it comes to gutter cleaning? Because I'm not doing it anymore, just because like I feel like everyone wants their gutters cleaned for like $100. And I mean, hey, if someone's offering it for $100, I mean, good for you. But I just think that like doing gutters for $100 is not worth it. So like, let's say that new Zero gutter vac that they're selling right now, right? Like if I were to be like, oh, this is going to be a profitable business, I don't know, like if people would pay more than $100, maybe I would consider it. But in my area, everyone just wants to pay $100, and you know, it's not worth the time and effort to clean all these gutters for $100. You know, maybe they'd be like, oh, maybe do it for 200, but like it's like 2 stories. You kind of get my point. It's not like an easy job. It's like a complex job. So anyways, but if people were to pay, I would probably 100% invest in the gutter vac from Zero. But yeah, so then I just told her that story and everything like that, and so ended up doing the job, just the windows itself inside and out, and that one was super easy. It was just $500. They had a lot of windows, but yeah, I mean, it was nice to have actually with me and my wife do the inside while I did the outside, and kind of just, it's nice not this is not hot anymore, so it was nice to be outside and all that. So but yeah, so then now before we get into the next job, I just want to thank this week's sponsor, Project to Payment. Now, Project to Payment is an awesome business management tool that I literally use all the time, and it just makes things so much easier. Like this week we gave like, I don't know, 5 bids, and it's just been so easy to get everyone's contact. Then from there, like give them a professional bid, and then from there, everyone, you know, once they agree upon, then a day before the job date, I'll notify them like, hey, you know, we'll be there tomorrow. The day of, it actually tells them that we're showing up. So it keeps everyone in sync, because like right now it's kind of slow with work and all that, just typical around this time of year. But it's just nice that when things start picking up, I can like worry one less thing to worry about, I should say. And it's just so nice. I love it a lot. I mean, I'm literally using it all the time. And so yeah, I mean, it's something that now that I'm already into the ecosystem with all, especially with these new features that are going to be coming very, very, very soon, it's just nice that you know, it's only going to make my experience that much better. But also too, it's like kind of like my lifestyle already, if that makes sense, that I'm using it all the time. So anyways, I just want to say thank you so much to Project Payment for sponsoring this week's video. So for today's job, we ended up giving a bid to these individuals like a year ago, and then nothing ever happened. And then this time around, I gave another bid, kind of like an updated bid, and from there it was just like, all right, let's do it. And yeah, it was just super simple. It was a cookie cutter, 100%. We did inside and out, and I ended up doing some tracks on this job. It was just a couple of them, and they weren't that bad. So I was like, all right, I'll include some of the tracks and this and that, because like the gardeners that would go and blow things into the tracks itself. So I had my let's see, oh, it's right here, my Milwaukee right here, to vacuum everything in there. And yeah, I just made things a little very simple. And yeah, I mean, they were very nice. Yeah, and another thing too, like, I don't know if this helps you guys at all, but like, let's say they're not cleaning the screens and they didn't want their screens cleaned. They had like these windows that were like right above the doors, like these sliding doors that do have screens. And what I like to do, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want with your business, but what I like to do is, because they're not doing their screens, and I do the upper windows, and there was no way to take off the screens in the bottom, that the water would come from the second kind of level, I guess. Not really, it's like a floor and a half, and it'll come straight into those screen doors. I end up just cleaning those screen doors for free, because I feel like it will just be kind of like, I don't know, it wouldn't be nice, it wouldn't be professional, that's the word, that if, you know, I come and I like clean all the windows and everything, but all that water comes down into the screens themselves, then from there it's like, you know what I mean, it's kind of made the screens worse than they were before. So what I end up doing, just do the top, then afterwards I do it again and I rinse it off, and then after the second rinse off, or the second time I go around with it, I end up cleaning those 2 screens, and I tell them it's free of charge, and so they become super happy. So but yeah, it was just very nice to be able to service them, and they're a Dodger fan, so it was nice to kind of talk about the Dodgers a little bit. But yeah, overall it was just nice. Even with the Adam on that job was just so smooth. Like, I was just there, set up everything, just did it, and yeah, it was just very smooth. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the first job was $500, so I don't know if I mentioned that. But then today's job was $420, so that included tracks and inside and out window cleaning, and I guess 2 free screen cleanings. But overall this week was very chill. We made, if you can kind of guess it already, $920. So very simple, very smooth. But this afternoon we had quite a few people call for bids, so that was something. So we got like 5 bids, so it looks like next week we're kind of fully booked, it looks like, potentially. But I mean, it's great. Now this is the season that's gonna be like, you know, kind of going high. And you know, if you guys are starting to start a window cleaning business, this is like kind of like, if you want to go on a good season, now is a time. But just be prepared that January, February, March is going to be super slow. So just if you're considering starting a business, just, you know, maybe just consider, maybe not fully invest, just kind of like, if you want to get into it, just get things that you really need, and then from there kind of just do what you can the next couple of months, save up for next year, and especially taxes too, so don't forget to save up for taxes. But yeah, overall it was a very nice week. $920 for the jobs this week, and yeah, we got a couple bids ready for next week's too. So but yeah, I mean, I guess one last point is that, you know, I just want to say thank you guys so much for placing orders through us. It really helps the channel out a lot. And right now there's a 15% off 0 products, so just want to let you guys know. So if you want to get any products that are 0 or anything in general, my number is 626-545-3132. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. All right guys, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.